TV. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Rody. I'm here with another album review for you guys, and this time it is hip hop's royalty, A Tribe Called Quest, R.I.P. to Phife Dawg. This is their most recently released album entitled We Got It From Here. Thank you for your service.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
It's the 10 crack commandments. Why?
Alright guys, welcome to this review. Now, if you don't know, A Tribe Called Quest may be one of the top 3 hip-hop groups of all time. It's debatable for a lot of people. For me, they are one of my favorites. I mean, if you ain't never seen the Wayans Bros, then you probably don't know the feeling that you get when you hear Electric Relaxation and just vibe out. I mean, they're an amazing group, and it's filled with members from Queens that probably can wrap circles around any person that you want to pull out this day, yesterday, tomorrow, any day in between. You've got Q-Tip, Ali Shaheed Muhammad, and you got Phife Dawg. Now, Phife Dawg passed away, I believe it was about last year, and he had some complications with his health. But the dope thing about this album is that him rapping on here, even though it's on a few songs in between, he sounds just like he did back in the 90s. You can't tell the way that he looks. He sounds amazing. Now, if you were able to see a lot of the documentaries that they have for Tribe Called Quest, you can see that his weight and his health definitely deteriorated, and it affected his voice and everything. But he sounded pinpoint on all these songs that he was on. Now, again, there's 16 songs on this album. I believe Phife Dawg is really on about maybe 4 of them, and it's good because they fit perfectly. He's on songs with Busta Rhymes, and again, Busta Rhymes is damn near a part of Tribe Called Quest from What's the Scenario joint that they did a long time ago. They all homeboys, so they all fell together great. It was great hearing him and Q-Tip kind of go back and forth on songs, and just kind of like the old school days that you had. And I think that Q-Tip did a great job production wise, because he made a special point on this album, and I read this story that you had to come to the studio. There's not going to be any we're sending my verse in MP3 email. You got to sit your butt in the studio, get the vibe, and we're going to spit these bars. And you can tell they did that because specifically on a lot of songs there was a lot of trading back and forth, and that's the kind of thing that him and Q-Tip used to do, Phife Dawg, back on songs like Bugging Out, and What's the Scenario, and a War Tour. Like, it's a lot of songs going back and forth. And that's the dope thing about Tribe Called Quest. They could pick up where the other left off. And even though, again, Phife Dawg was sick and ailment, he was able to continue that trade back and forth. And I think that Q-Tip got a lot of that throughout this album. And the song selections were amazing. I felt like the album started great with A Space Program that kind of got the feeling of the hip-hop, kind of that really gritty hip-hop feeling with a lot of samples. If you know Tribe Called Quest, they sample a lot of jazz and a lot of old school songs. Hip-hop is definitely heavy in this album, and Q-Tip, being the super producer that he is, he made it real smooth. He made it feel like it was one of their old albums that they just never dropped. And that could be the case. I don't know how old a lot of these vocals from Phife Dawg are, if they're relatively new or they're just old from old verses, but it was really good. They meshed well together, and a lot of the artists that he included on here, they complimented the album, from Anderson .Paak, Busta Rhymes, Talib Kweli, and even Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar had a really interesting verse. I wish it was a little bit longer. That was pretty dope. He had with Q-Tip, and even Andre 3000 on a song that was called Kids. I believe it was either Kids or This Generation, because they didn't put the artists on here on which song. So that was pretty cool. It was just telling them that, yo, you are the future. And he was talking about that, yo, I talked to Kendrick, I talked to J. Cole, you guys are the future, continue to do what you're doing, and just telling them not to try to be complacent of where you at and continue to chase what's going on. I think that was the dope thing about this album, is it's kind of more uplifting. Even though the title is called We Got It From Here, Thank You For Your Service, it's more so giving back to the culture and saying, you know what, this is what we want to give you guys. Thank you for putting into Tribe Called Quest, and we're just trying to let you know that we ain't forgot where we came from, and we still got these bars, man. I think my absolute favorite song on here is it's probably Solid Wall of Sound or Whateva Will Be. I think that those were one of my favorites just because of the rapping. Busta Rhymes is in there. He was picking his patois, and he was giving that old Jamaican Busta sound from Wu Ha days, and I miss that. And I think he really got that because, again, these are his old comrades, and this album really brought back that old hip-hop feel that I missed a lot, and I'm sure a lot of other hip-hop heads missed too. Again, this is 16 songs. One song that I really didn't resonate well with me, it wasn't really that great for me. I think it was called Enough. That didn't do that much for me, and I think Lost Somebody. Some of these songs just, just for me, beat-wise, it wasn't that great. And again, like I said earlier, the song Andre 3000, I didn't really necessarily like the beat, but I appreciated the message. And sometimes you gotta kind of just step back. I'm a really big person on the production and beat, so I had to just like, you know what, let me listen and see what they're talking about, and I did appreciate it. And I think a lot of you guys will too. Again, the Tribe Called Quest, classic hip-hop group. This is a good album to kind of put up there with their previous albums that they've come out with. As they went down again throughout their later years, they released, I think it's People's Instinctives. That wasn't that great. I mean, it was just trying to get out things in the love movement. But Midnight Marauders, Bust Beats Rhymes, and Love, I believe that's what it's called, or Life Beats Rhyme and Life, that's up there with this one as well. So you guys definitely need to check out this album. Let me know what you think of it down below. I appreciate this album. It's definitely on rotation. Definitely some good lyrics hitting in there that you guys should check out. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Showdawee TV, out.